You know, every now and then, something huge happens, something that changes everything. But it happens so quietly, most of us miss it. Well, that's exactly what just went down. We're talking about a leap so big it could completely rewrite the rules of security as we know it, and this is the story of India's silent but massive quantum long jump.
So while everyone was looking one way, at the usual news, the political noise, India was busy looking the other way, into the future. And they didn't just take a small step, no. This is a massive breakthrough, a foundational shift that's kicking off a whole new era of communication. And guess what? India just put itself right at the front of the line.
All right, so let's get into it. What exactly is this secret leap? To really get why this is such a game changer, we first have to talk about a huge, gaping hole in the security of, well, pretty much our entire digital lives. So, what did India pull off that was so secret, so important? Before we answer that, we need to understand the problem they're solving. And trust me, it's a problem that affects every single one of us every time we go online.
Right. So before we get to the cool new solution, let's talk about the dangers of how things work right now. Because the digital world we've built, it's surprisingly easy to break. I mean, really think about it for a second. Every single day, your digital life is at risk. Your bank transfers, your private chats, your government ID data, it's all out there. The big problem is that it can be copied, stolen, or spied on, and you would have no idea. It could happen and you'd never even know. That's the scary truth about our current internet.
Okay, so here's a quick breakdown. The internet we use today is built on bits, the classic ones and zeros. The problem is, you can copy those ones and zeros perfectly, over and over, and leave no trace. But the quantum internet, that's built on something totally different. Qubits. Think of a qubit as information that's been tagged onto a single tiny particle of light, a photon. And here's the magic trick, the whole key to this thing. The moment you try to look at a qubit, you change it. You can't even peek at it without breaking it. That simple fact is what makes it so secure.
And that brings us to the solution. Something that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's very, very real. We're talking about quantum communications.
So how does this work in plain English? Imagine you're sending information using these single particles of light, these photons. If a hacker, some eavesdropper, tries to intercept that photon to read it, well, the laws of physics themselves basically act like a bouncer at a club. The very act of them looking at the photon completely changes it, instantly letting you and the person you're sending it to know that someone tried to listen in. It's a built-in alarm system.
Okay, but wait, unhackable? That's a huge word, right? It sounds impossible. So how is this really, truly unhackable? Let's use an analogy to make this super clear.
I want you to picture a magic mailbox. So first, you take your secret message and you put it inside this special, super fragile quantum mailbox. Then you send it on its way. Now here's the cool part. If a hacker tries to peek inside, even just for a second, bam! The mailbox doesn't just open, it instantly shatters. It just ceases to exist. The message is destroyed, and more importantly, both you and the person who was supposed to get it are instantly alerted that something went wrong. The secret is never, ever compromised. That, in a nutshell, is the power of quantum security.
And that magic mailbox brings us right back to what India just did. They took that incredible idea and made it real. They built it.
What you're seeing here is proof. India has successfully demonstrated this unhackable communication. We're talking about a major step forward, laying the groundwork for a secure, nationwide quantum network. This isn't just some theory in a lab anymore. This is a real-world success, a proven technology that works.
All right, so this is obviously a massive deal for science and for India as a country. But let's bring it back to you. What's the benefit for you and me? Why should the average person care about any of this?
Well, it's actually really important for the common person. This super high-tech stuff connects directly to our day-to-day lives in ways you might not expect.
Imagine a future with this quantum security. It means total, complete security for your banking and all your UPI transactions. No more worrying about that. It means absolute protection for government services and all your data they hold. It means our country's defense communications are, for all practical purposes, impenetrable. And it opens the door for secure e-governance and even things like telemedicine. We're talking about a level of digital safety that we've just never had before.
I love this quote, a step forward towards a future of truly unhackable communication, because that's what this is all about. This isn't just a slightly better firewall or some new clever code. No, this is a move away from security that's based on math problems, which, can eventually be solved, to security that's based on the fundamental laws of physics. And you just can't break the laws of physics.
So, will India lead the world in this new quantum era? Here's the thing to think about. With this quiet but absolutely massive leap, India has seriously put itself on the map in the global quantum race. So the question isn't if this is all going to happen anymore. The real question is who's going to lead the way. And India? Well, they just made one heck of a powerful statement.